Thanks for watching segment 2 of Smacktalk. I'm Tony Gaglione.
I'm Shawn
In
Adams.
segment 2, we're going to do the state of the NHL, and we're going to do the state of soccer. We're not going to do MLB because the MLB is over.
Yeah. MLB's
Boston
over.
Red Sox won. I called it 4-2. NHL. After the strike, is the fan base back?
I'm going to say yes because you got me hooked on hockey, and it was after the strike.
All right. I think it really helped after the strike, even though it's been a while now. But after the strike, what really helped is the teams that won the Stanley Cup. And the Stanley Cups that have been played, you had teams like the LA Kings who have never won a Stanley Cup win the Stanley Cup. And then you had the
Big Six matchups.
Yeah, the original six, Chicago Blackhawks, Boston Bruins, and the Hawks won. But, I mean, it was still either team. If either team would have won, it would have been great for hockey.
Yeah.
Because it's been so long since Boston has won, and Chicago's won too.
Yeah.
So you're starting a dynasty, and you got teams from the original six that are contending.
Yeah.
The fan base is back because the ticket prices got lower.
Yeah.
Gary Bettman, I don't like him as a commissioner because he's changing a lot of rules.
He's
and we'll
the
talk
only
about
commissioner.
That in a sec.
Well, okay. I'm going to say, besides Roger Goodell getting booed at the draft at the end of the strike, Bettman still gets booed to this day.
Bettman gets booed in everything that he...
When they do the trophy presentation, Bettman is the guy that gets booed.
But you're going to have to understand that hockey fans are a lot different than other fans, so any commissioner that is there that even causes any sort of controversy in the NHL is going to get booed.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say anything you want, but they're going to get booed. So, I mean, what else can you do?
What about the conference moves? With
I hate
Detroit
them.
going to the East and the
That is
whole
the
reshuffling?
worst thing that the hockey's ever done. That the NHL has ever done is the worst thing. You take away a rivalry like Detroit and Chicago, and now they only play each other twice a year. You move Detroit to the Eastern Conference in the same division as New York?
Yeah, and you know,
Are you
I think that, you know, I think the whole Winter Classic, I think the NHL is trying to change too much too fast.
Agreed.
And the conference shuffling thing, logistically, it makes sense. But how can you keep Anaheim and San Jose in the same conference, but you can't keep Chicago and Detroit?
I can drive to Detroit.
Right? Why can't the NA or why can't? I mean, you got teams like the St. Louis Blues, who are a great team.
Yeah.
They're now Chicago's main rival in their own division.
That's unfortunate.
Where St. Louis and Detroit are right by each other.
Look, check this out. I used to live in Chicago, and I used to live in Colorado. And I've driven from Colorado to Chicago. That took me 2 days. If I drove from Chicago to Detroit,
It's like an hour, 3 hours.
not even. So why is Colorado playing in the same division as Chicago? And
Yeah, why
Detroit
they
is
do
out?
why they do east west? Why not north south?
I have no idea.
Why not north
It
south?
makes no
why not
sense
put like
whatsoever.
why not put like both New
They're
York
trying
teams?
to save money as far as flight costs and things like that go. Whatever you want to do, in the long term of 30 years, it might save money, but you're taking away from the sellout crowds.
I mean, but think about this.
Of Detroit,
Okay,
Chicago.
but think about this. If you did a north-south division instead, you could take the New York teams, the Rangers and the Island, the Devils, the Flyers, the Bruins, the Red Wings, the Hawks, all your Canadian
Now you're
teams.
just talking about mixing
all your,
up
all your
Eastern
Canadian,
and Western.
yeah, but making a
Conference.
north-south and making all your Canadian teams and the good north teams.
So you're doing what
And
they're
then-
doing now, but just
And just taking south
segregating.
teams. You got Anaheim, San Jose, Phoenix, Dallas.
they're already in the same division.
No, I'm saying, but then you got like Tampa Bay. You know, you
Actually,
take.
they're not, because Dallas is in the same division
But
as Chicago.
that's what I'm
so
saying.
You're right.
That's what I'm saying. You take like a north-south thing.
Yeah, no, I got you.
And you know, you got Florida Panthers. You take Nashville and make that the dividing line. You know, you St. Louis Blues in the south.
Yeah.
And you make a south versus north, where a lot of your big six teams, your original six, are in the north, which
Yeah.
would make that division really exciting. And then you're gonna get all these upstart teams like the Kings, like the San Jose Sharks, like the Coyotes. You know, and you're gonna. I mean, to be honest with you, the North would basically have like the Minnesota Wild and the Toronto Maple Leafs as the worst teams, and the Edmonton Oilers. But
That's a pretty good worst team.
I know. But then in the South, you're gonna have all these upstart teams that actually have a chance of getting their fan base to watch a Stanley Cup game.
Sure. And look at it this way. A lot of people love to see the original six matchups, so why not do the original six division? Because you have so many teams in the original six that are in the same area anyway. You got New York, you got Boston, you got Detroit, you got Chicago, you got Toronto, and you got Montreal.
Yeah, that's what I said. I
That's
think
in the same It's the North. It's basically the North.
Yeah.
Of what you just said.
Yeah, it's like North-South. I think that would be
Make it
better.
the original 6th division.
I think they should just control any time a franchise or a league wants to do something, they should just consult us. I mean, we'll do a consulting price.
Chicken dinner.
Well, yeah, we'll do a consulting price pretty cheap, fair, even, you know. Pick us up in your jet. We'll talk to you about what's smart for the fans.
Last thing in the NHL. The new rules in hockey.
Hold on. Okay, yeah. The broken stick thing.
Yeah, that's the one we were
The
talking
broken
about.
stick thing is kind of stupid.
It's not that stupid.
No, it's stupid.
No, it's not.
It's stupid.
The rule is that once you break your stick in any way, you have to drop your stick and you are without a stick. And that's it. If you play the puck with a broken stick, it becomes dangerous to the other player, and that's a 2-minute minor.
That's gay. That's stupid.
No, I kind of agree with that one.
I don't. I disagree with it.
I kind of agree with both.
If you're dumb enough to try to use your broken stick and not drop it and go to the bench and
penalty kill as a defenseman,
and you have a broken
and you
stick,
have no stick, that's a lot worse than having half a stick.
That's what I'm saying. If you keep the stick, at least you have something.
Yeah,
you mean you could deflect it?
They're trying to give the advantage to the scorer. That's why they
I know.
This is why the next rule I'm talking about.
Yeah, the
that's
no-touch icing.
No, that's why they made the goalie pad smaller this year.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
They're
first
trying
off,
to give the advantage to the scorer so the scores go up in hockey so people aren't watching
like
1-0 games.
Yeah, 9-4, 5-1.
And it hasn't changed.
No,
the games are still the same.
Of course, because
you have to have fundamental play on the ice.
But no, it's because you have like 90% of the teams that don't know how to play hockey play dump and chase.
I hate it. Speaking of dump and chase hockey, we just watched the Wranglers
game. Yeah, dump and chase. That works real well. They get down there, they have an opportunity to cycle, and they...
Look, they come down the ice. I don't know what Coach Mike McGill's doing, but they dump it in, they chase the puck, and then they set up with the two defensemen on the point. Like
free Del Taco if they get 5 goals or something
like that?
Yeah,
you'll never see Del Taco.
Yeah.
The coach, he's not using the cycle whatsoever. The center stays in front of the net, the wings are on the wing, and the defensemen are in the defense. Not only that,
nobody's crashing the net. Nobody's crashing the center, and Tony, I pointed this out to Tony. Every time they do get an opportunity in there, when they pass to the point, the center needs to be in front of the goalie.
Mm-hmm.
The center is going behind goal, and they're trying to run they're basically trying to run Nashville's offense.
Yeah, they're doing like
a move around the back and try to kick it out to the sides. Yeah, but then they're not slap-shotting.
Yeah, and nobody crashes the net, like you said. So even when the center goes behind the net, the wingers don't crash the net, so there's no opportunity for one-timers whatsoever.
Yeah, so if the
guy...
So
basically he's just sitting there waiting to go either 20 feet either way, and then they'll pass it back
If you're going to do that,
so
and your center goes behind the net, your wingers need to crash the net. He needs to wheel out one direction, kick it to the point, and then pass either side or take the shot there, so that way your wingers are there.
Either way. You're talking like a
again,
sophisticated play here. Any forward should be causing vision problems for the goalie.
Yeah.
That's how you win games. The goalie, if he see... Look, even in the ECHL, if you see the puck, you're going to stop it. 90% of the time.
Yeah, 95% of the time, yeah.
Maybe more.
But if you block him, you get in front of him.
You have to get in front of him.
Get some redirects.
Disrupt his vision. Redirect the puck.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're not doing that. That's why they've lost 5 in a row.
Thing, though.
3 to Alaska, 1 to Florida, 1 to Utah.
Well, what about Fort Wayne last night?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, not 1 to Utah. We beat Utah twice. 3 to Alaska, 1 to Florida, 1 to Fort Wayne.
Yeah, Florida's a good team. So is Alaska. But anyways, the other thing, too, is if you're going to do that, if you're not going to have people, you got to play like the Kings. You got to shoot at the opposite pad and have a backside slap shot.
You know what?
But they're not even doing that.
It doesn't really matter because if you don't have possession of the puck, it doesn't really matter. Alaska outshot Las Vegas 41. Let me finish. 41 to 18 in one game I was at. The next game I was at was 48 to 12.
Yeah.
It was a 3-2 loss one game. Thank God it was only 3-2 because it could have been really embarrassing. And a 7 to something loss the next.
Yeah.
There has to be major changes going on there.
Yeah, okay. Moving on to soccer. We're going to talk about MLS expansion. We have the MLS playoffs going on right now.
Yeah.
The MLS, they want to expand to 20 teams. They've already got the Man City and New York Yankees venture for another New York team. David Beckham is trying to get a team in Miami, which I think is great. And they're trying to move the schedule so that way it coincides with the rest of soccer. Because right now MLS is like the only people that play like this funky schedule, and we just watched the game right
Yeah.
now, both games on TV, and they're playing on a football field, and there's numbers, and you, I mean, unless you're
There's
a player,
numbers,
you
there's
know,
sidelines, there's yardage markers,
yeah, you have no
there's
way
the
of
New
knowing
England
what the-
Patriots symbol in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
It sucks.
And so they need to move that schedule. I think the MLS should not be trying to go to 20 teams right away, or 24 teams. I think they should just
Build soccer-friendly
build
stadiums.
Well, not only that, but they need to like just get 2 teams. 22 would be all right. 22 teams. Don't go to 24 because you get too much expansion. And you start doing the NBA. You got dead weight. It's kind of hard to keep those franchises alive. If you're gonna do an expansion team, put them in markets that are gonna support like Kansas City does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're gonna
Yeah,
support
sure.
their team. Also,
Put one in Vegas. We'll be there.
I want to talk about the Balloon d'Or, the Player of the Year award.
All right.
Okay, you got Ribery, Aaron Robin, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Xavi, Iniesta, Ronaldo,
Ibrahimovic.
whatever, Ronaldo, Messi, and
That person.
Van Persie. So, who do you think should win it, and who is going to win it?
You ready for this? This is going to be obvious who's going to win it.
Number 5.
Lionel Messi.
Number 5. Yeah, he's going to win number 5.
There's no way ever that he doesn't win it.
Here's what I'm going to say. The stats-wise, Ronaldo's got him beat right now. Okay, Barcelona hasn't won anything. They won La Liga last year, but they haven't won anything. I think with Bayern Munich winning, I think you got to give Frank Ribery a shot because his stats speak for themselves.
Sure,
and not only that, with Zlatan.
You're going by the year as when
calendar year. It's calendar year.
calendar
January
year
1st
from
to the end.
when they give it out back to when it was given out the last time.
Yeah. And I think
You got to give a
Ribery-
case for Van Persie.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I was gonna say. The 3 that I say are the finalists are Zlatan, Ribery, and
Why
Van
Zlatan?
Persie. Zlatan, none of his goals are just tap-ins. Every one of his goals is spectacular. He's had a knack for that his whole life. His goals are just amazing. Like, oh, Rooney, you pull a 15-yard free kick. Check this out. How about a 45-yard overhead kick?
Oh, Rooney's not up for the award.
No, I know, but I'm saying is like Zlatan has that special, like that it factor about how to score goals.
Yeah,
You know
you're
what I
right. And Messi, 98% of his goals are in the box.
Yeah, it's because he's got the 2 best midfielders
Yeah,
in the world.
handed it to him.
Yeah, giving it to him. I mean, that's like anybody could catch a ball from Tom Brady,
Sure.
right? And that's the same thing with Messi.
Apparently not the
now,
wide receivers now, though.
No, apparently not. But, what's unfortunate is this is going to be your final. Your final 3 are either going to be you're either going to have Xavi or Iniesta, Messi, and Ronaldo.
It shouldn't be Iniesta whatsoever.
Iniesta's a really good
He's a
passer
great
and
player,
a great assist player.
But I'm sorry, that shouldn't be him. Van Persie, Messi, and Ronaldo should be my 3.
I got Ribery. You got to give Ribery credit, man. Munich dominates
But you have to see,
Bundesliga,
like,
and they dominate
But
Champions League.
that's why you say Messi shouldn't win, because he has that supporting cast, and that's where Ribery comes in. He has that supporting cast.
Okay.
It's Bayern Munich is hands down one of the best teams in the
I think
world.
they are the best team in the
And
world right now.
they might be better than Barcelona. So
They
you
are.
can't
They
say
beat Barcelona.
okay, fine. So you cannot say that just because of supporting cast you're gonna
No, but
ixnay
that's what I
someone
was
like
saying
that.
though. But the people that are going to be in the final 3 are not the people that should be there.
No.
I would make an argument for Ronaldo. I would make an argument for Ronaldo. In fact, if I wanted to, I would say Ribery, Van Persie, Ronaldo. But I want to put Zlatan in there because Zlatan does so much; he gets no credit for it.
Yeah.
They
Give the
think-
ball to Zlatan.
Give the ball to Zlatan. Also, financial fair play. Okay, and
Yeah,
those of you who don't
I'm
know,
glad
it's like
that-
a salary cap.
I'm glad that we talked about it because it means nothing.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it's like soccer basically said this. You have teams like Chelsea who have a billionaire owner, Man City, Barcelona doesn't have a lot of money, but Real Madrid does, Bayern Munich does, and these teams, they spend ridiculous amounts of money on players. I mean, Real Madrid just spent like, what, 100 million pounds on
Gareth Bale.
Bale?
No.
He's, they bought the wrong Welshman. Should have bought Rambo.
Anyway,
I mean,
nobody knows what you're talking about, so
No.
it's okay.
Aaron Rumsey, for those of you who don't know.
Ramsey
Rumsey.
and Welsh.
Yeah. Anyways, the financial fair play was like a salary cap, and it was supposed to be like it was supposed to give teams that have a good financial structure, like Manchester United,
Yeah.
like Arsenal,
Yeah.
right, like Barcelona, who have the good financial structure, like Borussia Dortmund, like Borussia Mönchengladbach for that matter, the chance to go forward. Okay, it hasn't done anything because Man City goes out and spends $140 million on 5 players.
Backing.
Tottenham spends 102
Who's
million.
spending money out of their own pocket? So financial fair play doesn't mean jack.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the worst thing. I mean, what's the point in making a policy? And
You're basically dealing
like saying
with the MLB.
No
right
beer
now.
on the show.
Huh?
It
Let's
means
get
nothing.
off of that. Speaking of beer, we're doing a live event.
Yeah, November 30th, 7222 El Capitan.
72-72.
Oh, 7272 El Capitan Way, Aces Bar and Grill.
Yep.
November 30th. It's like Durango, Warm Springs, Southwest area.
Somewhere around there. We're going to be doing beer pong tournaments, sports trivia beer pong. Got a little twist on it. You can challenge us if you like. If you beat us, we'll give you a shot. I suck. He's pretty good, so it's kind of even. We're doing sports trivia in general.
Yeah, we're
20
going to do
questions.
It's going to be 20 questions. It's $1 to enter. The prize is the whole pot.
Plus $50 of our own
Plus
money.
$50 of our own money.
A Smacktalk t-shirt and a shot.
And a shot. That's right. And not only that, but we're going to be selling t-shirts. We're going to have gear. Yeah. It's sponsored by the Las Vegas Informer and Aces. We're going to have Las Vegas Informer gear. We're going to have stuff to hand out. It's going to be all around good time. It's going to be a UFC event.
Yep.
You got the final of Ronda Rousey,
Misha Tate.
Yep.
You got
Ultimate Fighter.
Gray Maynard versus Nate Diaz. It's a Gray Maynard bar in there, but he's an Nate Diaz fan, so he might get knocked out.
209.
You got Johnson versus Benavidez. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, good time. Come over, get drunk. We'll do some boot scooting boogie. We'll do some line dancing. Yeah, I'm serious. Hey, come out and check it out. We'll get you drunk, and I'll teach you how to line dance.
They got some cool like bag games and stuff. Yeah. All right.
Teach the electric slide. Get it down. You know what I mean? I'll whip you around the dance floor if they have a dance floor. If they don't, we'll make one.
In the Man Cave, Aces,
Man
72, El Capitan Way, Smack Talk Live. I'm Tony Gaglione.
I'm Shawn Adams. Stay tuned for our top 5.